What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with This is the Police. We're gonna pick up. Honestly, it's been a little bit since I played this last. I've been busy with some other stuff. So far, City Hall's liking us. Police station, we don't really know what's going on, but that's heading to work. Just keep on keeping on. I think we're at day. I think it's at 88. Too tired. Can't walk straight. Come tomorrow. All right, still looks like we're doing all right. And just go to the map. Send cops to the academy.
712 in progress.
Something going on here. Witness found a rusty white truck that's wanted in connection with the schoolyard kidnapping of 13-year-old Tanya Rodriguez. The machine is sitting in a field. There's been no movement or sign of life for over 2 hours. There we go. Those three should be able to handle that. Deputy, Police Academy. There we go. Give it the good work. Make sure final days of Freeburg much more comfortable. There we go. They're still happy with us. What's the investigation's looking like? No cases, no gangs, nothing in the archive. Well, look at us. I mean, yeah. Now that we taken care of the Vargas, yeah, I've been doing my best just to... I feel like it's so weird with this game when you're buried in cases, and then when you have nothing, it almost feels like this game just moves by obnoxiously slow. 50-year-old Amanda Price attacked the young waitress, claiming the girl was flirting with her husband. Amanda grabbed the waitress by the hair and dragged her across the floor, yelling, "You bent over so far, your tits almost flopped on the menu." Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh man, I love this game.
We've got a situation.
Suddenly, strange sounds start coming from the van. The windows are frosted over, so it's impossible to tell what's inside. Let's open the door. Inside, there's a man playing with a girl. There's a man and girl playing with dolls. Beat the man senseless. Grab the man by the neck and arrest him. Take the girl away and tell her she can finish playing the police car and then arrest the man. Yeah, let's not beat the crap out of the... Oh. What? Oh, that's bullshit. I thought that was the better option. Let's not traumatize the kid. I was actually leaning to beat the crap out of the guy. Whatever.
1011 in progress.
I'm a little pissed off about that. Mr. Norris called to report an explosion. I was in the kitchen making an omelet with bacon, and suddenly, bang! The explosion shook my windows. I'm a former military man, and I'd say it was about 10 pounds of TNT, no less. Crap. I don't want to send a whole bunch of a whole bunch of cops on this one, but I have a feeling this is going to be a false alarm.
1410 in progress.
Young businessman Rasul Hadid, I don't know, came to the police about minor city official Jasper Redmond, who has demanded a bribe of $20,000. Otherwise, he's refusing the necessary permits for Hadid's store. The businessman has volunteered to pretend he's delivering the bribe so the police can catch Redmond in the act. Major renovations. Yep, thought that was going to be a...
113.
I thought that was going to be a false alarm. A young sailor reported an attempt on his life. I was just swimming around close to the shore when I felt someone's slippery fingers catch my ankle and try and drag me down. I barely escaped. You can laugh, but I know for a fact it was definitely a mermaid. I was in the Navy. I know all about them. Oh. Okay. That's going to be a false alarm, but just in case. We got the officers, might as well. Port employees saw 2 young men trying to break into a truck. They were unable to get it started, so they unhooked the trailer and are trying to make off with it. There we go. Police are in the office as soon as the money changes hands. Redmond tries to quickly hide a large parcel in the drawer. Beat a confession out of him. Show us what's in the package. The official quickly jumps and rushes towards the window, trying in vain to get it open. Grab him, get him to the ground. Yeah. Just take him down. Says unharmed. That's how you do that.
in progress.
24 homeless people have settled outside the city where they organize a small camp. They are very aggressive to strangers. They attack and beat outsiders and, according to the rumor, kill them and sometimes even eat them. The anonymous sources also said to look at the gardens. They grow narcotics beside the vegetables. Well, we have to wait till we get some officers back to send people on that call.
In progress.
I was trying to raise spot.
Yeah, I don't have anyone to send. There we go. Yeah, I figured that would be a false alarm. Come on. And another case.
Looks like we have a situation.
Spotting the police, the residents of the camp draw some strange knives and rush to attack. Fire shots in the air. A grubby woman with a baby in her arms crawls out of one of the tent and runs towards the police. My son, take my son away from here.
410 complete.
Offenders caught, officers unharmed. There we go. And loot found is a ficus. Mr. Norris called in about some shots he heard from the street. I was frying a steak in the kitchen. That sounds good. And I heard several sharp claps. I think it was an M16. I'm ex-military, so I know what I'm saying. You better watch out. There's some big guns. Those 2 in SWAT. An informant reports that some containers are being smuggled into the port. The illegal immigrants hiding inside are to be sold as slaves, and the shipment is accompanied by armed guards. Well, I'm gonna wait till see if I can wait till the paddy wagon gets back.
Progress.
An elderly woman made a scandalous accusation at the pharmacy. She claimed the pharmacist substituted her medication, and because of them, she was gaining weight. Look at these wrinkles. It's disgusting. Then the outraged woman took off her dress. God damn. I keep saying it. I love this game's sense of humor.
In progress.
Children's birthday party going on beside Mr. Norris. Guess, God damn it, how many, like, weird military guys are going to keep calling in and telling me there's shit going on? A man who lost a large sum of the money in poker tables attacked a female dealer. Well,
210 complete.
disorderly conduct. Offender caught. Officer unharmed. Everything went well there. And a whole bunch of guns. Kind of sucks that we don't have the Mafia around anymore, so we can't sell any of those things, but what can you do? I like the safe firing. And we don't have them, though we do it, like I said, we have the Atticus Corp. See, I mean, I feel like the secret account would be a good thing to have, but I don't really need it. I mean, I've not been under any sort of investigation for anything, because I've really been playing things, in my opinion, fairly carefully. Why are you cheating, bitch? The man in the yellow jacket is pointing a gun right to the girl's face. Casino security are cautiously watching the action from behind the slot machines. Pull out the gun, shoot the man. Dude, where did you get this gorgeous jacket? The man is squeezing the girl's hand, saying, I know how to put an end to your sleight of hand. Let's see how well you palm cards when you're missing your fingers. Jeez. Yeah, that's a taser situation. Though because he's touching the woman, wouldn't tasering him actually also taser the person he's touching? Isn't that how tasers work, or do I have a fundamental misunderstanding of a taser? Immigrants in city up 19%. Bishop demands name change for Holy House Pizza. Ambulance driver takes down robber addict. I was up all night reading in Detective Story last blah 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 blah. No. God damn it. Yeah, go home. Jesus Christ. I have insomnia. There are nights that I don't sleep, but I still go into work. Granted, I'm not a cop, but still. See the weekly salary of the dead employees.
A in progress.
A young man became outraged when an elderly woman broke in front of him in line, and he struck her with force. A cleaning woman tried to intervene, but she came under blows as well.
1010A in progress. 910A in progress.
The corn monument has been strapped with explosive. The clear voice yelled into the phone, and then the line went dead. Our 4 top officers in SWAT should be able to handle that. Janet Salazar Guerrero startled an intruder who was trying to break into her house. He kept yelling things in a drunken voice, said if I didn't open up there'd be trouble. I have a very strong feeling this is going to be your drunk husband. It wasn't a bomb. Some children decided to play terrorist and tap some wires to a normal shoebox.
412A.
Mrs. House called in a complaint about some addicts who are loitering around the Edgar Allan Poe monument. They're turning their brains to mush. They shoot up right there in the park in broad daylight. No shame, no conscience. Yeah, they should be able to handle that. Drunk man mistakenly thought he was bringing it into his own house, and his wife was refusing. Yeah, okay. It's okay, not exactly what I thought that was going to be, but I was close. Ooh. Teenagers stole an expensive car, but lost control and crashed the vehicle and ended up fleeing the scene. All right. Who to put Weaver in charge of this, and then Luckett, Skinner. Yeah, they'll handle the rest of it. Several overgrown men in dirty clothes are leaning against the monument. It seems they are sedated. Next to them, a few syringes and tourniquets. Shake them awake, read them the rights. One of the addicts says cops, tries to crawl away. Getting in a fair race. Oh my god, that would have been the best episode of Cops ever. To see that, they're just waking up junkies and they're crawling after them on the ground. Firefight in Chinatown. Ooh. Students report a serious fight going down in the street outside their dorm. Several people are shooting at each other with machine guns right in the middle of the road. Pedestrians are hiding behind cars and someone is bleeding on the pavement. This has all the makings of a mafia war. This seems like an all hands on deck sort of thing. Again, we'll go over the clues once we get into things. For a very, it's a very simplistic
1310 in progress.
a very simplistic mechanic with dealing with the investigations, but you got to admit, man, no, I think they got enough people to handle that. Good. What was I saying? It's a simplistic mechanic dealing with these investigations, but I gotta say, I really enjoy the kind of the puzzle of figuring out these crimes. I came to the park to play chess, and then people started running past, screaming, covered in blood, reported breathless Miss Connolly. I just ran as fast as I could. It was terrible. Because I feel like that might be a false alarm. I'm not sure. We received 12 complaints about MoneyGrow, a company which promises reliable investment returns. Once they got the money, they started avoiding all their investors. They became belligerent and urged even their big investors to simply trust them. Brett Bryant, who lost over $10,000, said the director of MoneyGrow has withdrawn all the money and is preparing to flee the country.
611 in progress.
The secretary at the Blink Zone studio reported that a trainee photographer became so excited during a nude shoot that he attacked the model and intends to rape her. Hurry! He locked himself in a room with her, and he's tying her up with cables. Okay. Well, I don't have anyone to send as backup at the moment. Had a very strong feeling that that was going to be a false alarm. And it looks like we're not going to be able to... Damn it.
Looks like we have a situation.
Seeing the police, a woman quickly hides a file in the safe and grabs a stack of papers from the table, waves them in the air, saying, "Our paperwork's in order, we're a real company." What do you have in the safe?
1310 complete.
That was bad strategy on my part. Bill Bucker saw a truck and a few cars near his farm. Around them was a group, about 10 people arguing. The farmer wanted to drive these suspicious folks away from there. But when they saw him, they grabbed some weapons from their vehicles and opened fire. Buckler somehow managed to get back to the house safely and call the police. And we've used all our SWAT calls for the evening. During a bodybuilding show, a small group of girls burst into the room and did something that threatens the very lives of the participants. One of the bodybuilders put in a call to the police, but his words were slurred as he spoke through his tears, so he was unable to clearly explain the situation. Okay. Try and get some officers to that as soon as this gets...
311B in progress.
Come on.
412.
Ah, come on. Oh, false alarm. Just shouting insults and belittling the bodybuilder lifestyle. Okay. Men armed with knives and iron bars broke into a club determined to show those yellow slopes how we fight in Freeburg. The fight spread. Several bystanders were drawn in, but one managed to escape and call the police.
We've got a situation.
Men with automatic weapons have surrounded the farmer's house. He's struggling to put up a fight, but he's just armed with an old gun. Ambush, beat the criminals in the truck. Yeah. The suspect jumps in the car shouting, "We're going to stay to watch the stuff." Yeah, take him down. Oh, wow. Okay. Offenders caught. Okay. Guess everything worked out just fine. And new frames on the carjacking case. Let's see here. I saw a muddy young fellow wearing a hood whirling through the alley near the Fur store. Then I got distracted. I get like that sometimes. I remember I heard some rumbling and hissing like cars running into each other. I had just parked my car near the fur shop, and a boy in a hood popped through the gate, grabbed my bag from my shoulder, and disappeared. I hurried to the phone to call the police, and Dan Pest must have been hiding nearby. As soon as I stepped away from the car, he dashed inside and was off like a bolt. The very first turn, he hit the fire hydrant and ran away like a cowardly dog. Okay, the car is insured, but who's going to replace my favorite Snow White handbag? See here, the camera at the intersection shows a convertible crashing into a fire hydrant and water spraying like a fountain. A short time later, a thin hooded figure climbs from the car and runs away down the street. There's traces of yellow paint on the fire hydrant. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of obvious. I mean, the car is still there. I was just walking down the street when some guy in a hood came flying right at me. He was all wet, a real mess, like he was from a shipwreck. The guy ran into me hard, almost broke my ribs. Okay. So let's say that's the end. You know, he hits the thing. I think, yeah, that's clearly the end of, the end of the events. I'm not sure about these. I mean, if she stepped away from her car, did she leave it open? Was her car door already open, or was it just unlocked? That's We'll hold off till we get more information.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant.
Yeah, well, I don't have anyone to send back up, so. Okay, you didn't need it. And the day should be ending quite soon.
Needless to say, I really miss them a lot. I can't wait for the moment when I'll see them again.
Wouldn't you like to see me?
Ah, Lana, but we,
Let me guess. You've thought about it, but then you realized this can only bring us more suffering. Besides, it's dangerous given the kind of work we do, and why ruin things when everything is going so well, right?
Well, if you know what I think, then you must be thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Jack. Because it's true. But is it fair?
You know what wouldn't be fair? If your friends caught you in a karaoke bar with an old man.
With an old man?
Maybe you imagine you've been talking to a young Greek god with long golden hair, but I'm a 60-year-old man, Lana.
Listen to me, Jack. Ever since high school, I've been surrounded by old men. At university, half my classmates were old men. They might have been 18 years old, but they were already half in the grave. No goals, no ideas, just endless burned-out looks on their faces, exhausted and empty. At work, even my younger colleagues act like old men. They don't have the stomach for a fight. They're already dreaming of retirement. And then there's you, Jack. The only man for a long time who felt the same age as me. Because you fight. Because there's life inside you.
Lana, damn, it's true. There's life in me yet.
Jack, you're so cocky.
Oh, excuse me, miss. I am the most promising young prosecutor in the country.
You know it's true.
All right, day 90. Isn't this, I believe this marks the halfway point. The city fountain's clean, middle school heading to National Physics Olympiad. Everything looks good here, and action thriller Bloody Shirt 3 rakes in cash at the box office. Alright, I'm too tired, can hardly... yeah, go home. Start the day. To the map. There we are. City Hall. Oh, I forgot we can make our requests. Ask for a raise, and let's get another officer.
1111B in progress.
Right, stuff right away. An informant gave us an address for one of the biggest drug houses in the city. According to our informant, there's about 3 dozen drug addicts, many of them armed. Just the past day, 3 people in there were shot dead and thrown into a corner to rot. Yeah, they should be able to handle that without SWAT. Plus, I don't want to send my SWAT out. I don't want to use all my SWAT charges on like the first call of the day.
A in progress.
Physical education teacher noticed a suspicious van parked near the school. There was no one inside, but I heard some kind of strange machine running in the back, just like in the movies. Do we need to evacuate the school? Again, I got a feeling that this bomb threat isn't real.
Officer
In the shadow of the corner, dozens of people lie unconscious, and bags and syringes are scattered everywhere. Yep. Oh, that's great. A naked addict with a shotgun flies out of the bathroom, starts putting holes in the ceiling. Down he goes. And we found heroin. Great. Excuse me.
415 in progress.
4 activists from the group Life After Meat, in a show of support for their fellow animals, entered the zoo and used bolt cutters to remove the locks from the cages. Several wild animals have gotten loose, and some are attacking the zoo's visitors. Oh, God.
1010A complete.
Called it. Get our lower ranked cops some experience.
10C in progress.
Let's see here. We've just got a call from the Halal Grocery. 2 armed robbers wearing U.S. president masks just cleared out the cash box. Again, wasn't that what they did in Point Break?
Trying to raise TN1, Sergeant Hot Spot.
212 in progress.
Several people are smashing the glass entrance to the cinema and tearing up the posters outside. They're shouting, "Modern cinema corrupts the youth," and someone just pulled out a Molotov cocktail. Crap. I held back on that other call with the hopes that at least that one's not too far away. Like I was saying, the whole president's masks thing wasn't that what the guys did in Point Break? Mr. Boyd, my old rival Jim Gates, has returned to the city. The last few years he spent in China, setting up his factories there. Now he wants to flood the city with cheap knockoffs, threatening every honest businessman in Freeburg. At the present time, he is staying at the True Colors Hotel and plans to buy a house outside the city. I want you to show him the true terror capable of law enforcement agencies. He's to understand that he's not welcome in Freeburg. Just put some of our detectives on. There we go. Throw some more detectives on the case. Offenders escaped, and we lost our officers. According to Mr. Adams, the Earth is about to be struck by a giant meteor. You see how dark it is. It just got outside. There's a meteor blocking out the sun, and there's stones falling on my roof. They're from the meteor. One of them just broke my kitchen window. I have to get my family to safety. Send someone to help. Don't know why that would require that many people to go on that call.
910C in progress.
Jeez, what's with all the armed robberies? Yeah, I don't think we're not going to get anybody back in time to handle that one. One of the hooligans are trying to light a Molotov cocktail, but his lighter won't strike. Pass him, you Zippo.
212 complete.
Yeah, we're going to miss that call. $6 grand, I'll take it.
310 complete.
Reacting to hailstorm. Okay. And I'm going to miss that armed robbery.
910 complete.
Yeah, this is not a good day.
Progress.
Former chef of a restaurant in Chinatown says the kitchen is used to sort and cut heroin. My friend had an overdose from the garbage they mixed up in there. I want those bastards to pay. Those 3 in SWAT. Local fans have brought all the bananas at the grocery stores, preparing to taunt the visiting rival football team, which consists almost entirely of dark-skinned men. A judge has been forced to stop the game unless the fans will allow order to be restored, but our fans don't seem to want to settle down. They're singing racist songs and working each other into a frenzy. The situation could get ugly. Send all of them, send the paddy wagon.
213 in progress.
And, of course, there's another call. An elderly woman was visiting the grave of her husband when she heard some terrible sounds, wheezing, moaning, and rustling, as if someone was trying to climb up out of the ground. I have a feeling that that is a false alarm, but we'll send somebody if we can. Which I highly doubt we will be able to. The park was raided by the young musical group Motorman, which staged a spontaneous anti-government concert and immediately pulled in dozens of fans. Again, if we can, we'll send somebody. The restaurant is crowded with waiters moving smoothly between tables, nothing suspicious. Going through the back, one of the waiters noticed the police and shouts in a strange language. Diners jump up, run towards the door. Head into the kitchen. In the kitchen, 2 tough-looking men with machine guns open fire on the cops. Stun them. And we... God damn! It's making bad calls, apparently.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Yeah, I don't have anyone to send. Alright. Sorry. Get out of the car. Grabbed it. Got in. Started the car and drove away. I mean, it's saying convertible, but the picture that we're seeing is of a... I mean, it's a convertible, but still with the top up, as far as we can tell.
213 complete. 210 complete.
Ayan Kazmi called in a loud music complaint. Apparently, he regrets moving in next to a nightclub. I've had it up to here with these... I'm not saying that. Unless you do something about it, the whole neighborhood is going to go down there and tear them to pieces. I suppose we'll send people, but I don't really get what they're going to do. I don't really care about that one. That's why I figured that was going to be a false alarm. Jesus Christ, we lost 3 cops on that one. One of them was I mean, they're all like fairly high-level cops, too, and that really blows. Really? That was an offender issue? Okay. I didn't think that that would involve catching somebody. Declare dead. Delay the paperwork. Travel agent, people of Freeburg more likely to visit other countries. Thief crushes ancient statue at museum. Singer Karen Sparkle arrives in Freeburg. Oh, really? They're still happy with us, even though we blew a whole lot of calls. Oh well. Today, some of my relatives come and visit. No. Right. No. Flunked all the exams and brought dishonor to the badge. God damn it. Can hire one more officer. Let's see here. So and a raise, police station. Nine compared to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift B, Shift A, and Shift B. There we go.
110A in progress.
An apparently intoxicated driver flew into the oncoming lane and crashed into a van, which then crashed into 5 other vehicles. The drivers of the vehicles escaped with their lives, but jumped out of their cars and began to argue. A conflict ensued, and the situation is about to get ugly. I think 3 officers should be... 3 decently trained officers, yeah, they should be able to handle that one.
In progress.
An employee at International Hardware Stores said that a suspicious man named Otis Adams ordered a very strange combination of objects, which could easily be used to make explosives. Admis, I don't know, has a pretty colorful police record, including a bomb threat. There we go.
1210 in progress.
Young teacher reported seeing the same suspicious white van parked near the school several days in a row. Whenever I walked towards it, the van drove away. I'm afraid for our students.
110A complete.
God. Really? You couldn't handle a simple accident.
In progress. 412A in progress.
Police approached the suspect's front door. A man in a chemical protection suit, seeing the police, rushed to the bedside table, searches frantically for something. Yeah. Throw him in, pin his arms.
1210 completed. 1210 complete.
5 teenagers asked a man for cigarettes, but he said they were too young. The kids jumped him, knocked him to the ground, and started kicking him with full force. Waitress Nicole Shelton saw what was going on and called the police. These guys are crazy. They'll kill him. Female courier who parks in the school during the lunch hour. I have a stressful job, a horrible boss, but when I watch the children laughing, it calms me down. Still a little creepy.
412A in progress.
Damn it. Some workers were squabbling during their lunch break, discussing yesterday's football game, when one of them became really irate and tried to drive over the others with a tractor. According to one eyewitness who had taken refuge inside the building, he's like a crazy man. We barely escaped.
Looks like we have a situation.
The teens continued to beat an old man, ignoring the police car that just drove up. Hit the siren. When the teenage thugs see the police, they start running off in different directions. Fire in the air, order them not to move. And it looks like we got a massive fight brewing. Let's see if we can get these guys to show up so we don't miss another.
216 in progress. 412A complete.
Nope, not gonna beat it. Some big men wearing striped shirts walked into the fountain and started trying to drown each other. Come quickly before they... That might be a false alarm. A group of angry women came to protest the premiere of an action film, Hard Boiled Woman 2. They're demanding the cinema's management cancel the premiere. The situation is heating up. Excuse me.
611 in progress. 1010A in progress.
From Mother Baker, Jack, I'm not going to give you a sob story about all my recent misfortunes. Let's just say they need my job back. What is it? Let's just say that I need my job back with the police, and I do mean need. You'll help me out on this, right? You'll be retired soon, so how about a little advance payment for my annual salary? It's only fair. It's not your best interest to refuse. I know all about your shady business dealings. Just one phone call is all it takes. I got all the evidence. I need to bury you, but I don't want to go against you. I just really need this job right now. Well, you agree, right? I don't want to spend the 15 grand, but I'd rather not. Well, Jack, that's excellent. Some folks say blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'd rather not get pulled in with that. Group of angry women. Okay, yeah, we already read this. Send. Oh, God. At the paddy wagon. That's weird. Yeah, I see that. Michael May saw a young girl running naked and bloody trying to climb over the fence of an expensive mansion. She screamed and called for help, but the man came out of the house, grabbed her by the hair, and dragged her inside. The neighbors were complaining just last week about all-night parties at the same mansion, which is owned by Saudi Prince Malik Kefaya. A janitor called us about a suspicious man sitting in the waiting room. He's twitching and looking sideways at everyone. I think he's a spy or a terrorist. He's all skinny, but he's got a really fat belly. I think he's carrying a bomb. Just in case. We'll send SWAT. Oh, of course. I have a feeling that's going to be a false alarm, and this one's going to be something real.
Officer.
The protesting women are pointing at movie posters with busty heroines and sexy poses, shouting, sexism is a disease in our society. Yep. And one of the women steps forward and throws a stone at the cinema director, who was trying to go talk to the protesters. Calm down, ladies. Offenders caught, officers unharmed, and I highly doubt we're going to be able to make it to that call.
510 in progress. 611, 1010A.
Called it. As soon as that call came in, I'm like, that one was there to get me to... That one was there to get me to send units to that bomb threat, so I couldn't take that one. Multiple shots were reported coming from a nightclub. I'm just trying to get her killed, in all honesty. 3 new frames. Then he runs away, goes inside, calls the police. Wait till we get more frames to make the final call on that one. Wait for this call to... Okay, at the Masquerade Club, all the employees and visitors wear masks and costumes. People outside are dancing quietly when there's a sound of claps coming from further inside. Sees the girl in the squirrel suit. The music stops and the shot rings out. The dancers start to stampede. A guy in a hockey mask flashes a gun and pushes over the girl in the squirrel suit. The guy in the hockey mask runs out into the street, gets into his car, and continues shooting at police. Open fire. Really? Really? I lose 2 good officers? Ah, crap. Order him to work tomorrow. Yeah, we'll just declare him dead. Alright, guys. We'll work one more day before we call this video. Ecologist urban air pollution levels normal. Hell on Wheels dealership invites public to show your sports cars. Port commerce increased 60%. And yeah, I'm not surprised City Hall's not too happy with us at the moment. Drank too much. I can't hold it together today. Crap. And we have a stripe to give out. Start getting our lower rank guys to rank up. Head to the map. I think we should have 3 openings. Oh yeah, 2 because I've... Oh wait. Sorry, give me a second. My count's off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Huh. Alright. Go Shift A and Shift B. There we go. Mr. Boyd, I don't know if you come to Mass, but if you do, you may know that our most enlightened and progressive parishioners donate absurd sums of money to curry the favor of God's blessed power. Truly, this power is manna from the heavens, which clears the mind in preparation for the coming of the Antichrist. Unfortunately, some of our flock have been turned from the house of the Lord, for outside the enemies of Jesus shall sell them fake satanic powder, and they're undercutting our God-blessed prices. It would be a great thing if you were to get rid of them. I can't read this one for some reason. As our Lord Jesus drove the merchants from the house of God. 5. Take care of it, I guess.
110A in progress.
A drunk driver drove his van into a bus stop, knocking over several people. The van stalled out, and now the unsteady driver is clumsy, trying to escape. Yeah, 2 guys should be able to handle that one.
in progress.
See here, a retiree, Frank Setter, complains that someone has stolen his lawn. Like clockwork, once a month someone comes by to cut up my gorgeous lawn and cart it off. I've never managed to catch the enemy to fertile grass, or I'd have shown him. I'm a veteran, you know. I've put hundreds of our enemies into the graves. I just want some peace and quiet. Yeah, I bet that's landscapers who somebody hired for him. Mr. Boyd, I see you do not wish to delay the arrival of the Antichrist any more than I do. After all, he cannot be arrested or put in jail. Henceforth, any of our church services are available to you at reduced rates. Also, please accept from me, the Bishop of Freeburg, the sum of money as a personal gift. Give me $75. Screw you.
110A complete.
What can I... Oh, the church is available. Okay, what the hell does a church do? For personally blessed, please, and all of its employees. So $25,000 for that. Okay, if anybody knows what the hell these, like, do these have actual boosts, or like does it give us buffs or anything like that, or is it all just complete crap? Like, please, somebody let me know before I start spending that sort of money on that. Oh yeah, I already decided that was a false alarm. The Market District is seeing increased cases of pickpocketing, and the media are already up in arms about it. You were to send 2 cops to the area to increase perception of police presence, or protection, excuse me. There are journalists scurrying about.
In progress.
Yep. An employee at the shopping center was dressed in a tomato costume to advertise a new tomato paste. He accidentally frightened professional boxer Joshua Drake, who shouted and jumped on him and started pummeling him with full force. Passers-by tried to separate them, but they also received the boxer's fury. A massive fight broke out. 5.
in progress.
The driver of a luxurious white Cadillac ran over a black teenager and then attempted to flee the scene, but lost control and drove into a column. Angry residents in the area have come out on the streets. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Because we only have 2 officers, and I'm not going to be able to, yeah.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
311 complete.
Yeah, I just don't have the officers to deal with that. Postal employee reported that a letter was discovered with some powder inside, and an inscription on the envelope reads, "Burn in hell." The employee is afraid that the envelope contains a deadly disease. Oh my god, we're all going to die, and today is my birthday.
110A complete.
Crap. Although, like I said, not much I really could have done there.
410B in progress.
There we go. A man wearing a knight costume and carrying a huge sword entered the cafe, placed an order, and sat silently in the corner for a couple of hours. Everyone had stopped paying attention at this point, but then he stood up, took up his sword, and began swirling it around with all his strength. He already inflicted severe injuries on several patrons of the restaurants. It's great. Some, like, medieval times looking motherfucker walks into a restaurant and just starts swinging a sword around.
911.
Oh, it's great. Bill Buckler said his neighbor, Derek Royers, asked him to watch his farm while he went on vacation with his family. Meanwhile, some strange people went over there with a tractor trying to steal the harvest. There's about a dozen people, and they're robbing my friend blind.
10 in progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
410B complete.
Okay, you didn't need the backup. His eyes freak me out, man. This huge clown running around the mall trying to scare me to death, said unemployed John Hogsmith. I got a disease, got a note from the doctor. That clown got no right to scare me. Oh my god, that's great. I mean, is that crime? Or is it just a clown? Like, I don't think that's necessarily a crime. I think that's just a guy running around in a clown costume.
911.
You know what? Why not? We'll send some guys. Just in the off chance that that's a crime, but I'm pretty sure, again, that's just a guy in a clown costume.
welding in progress.
While the legendary singer Gennaro Crespo was giving a performance, someone threw a large ear of corn at the musician and smashed his head. Despite a bit of blood, Mr. Crespo showed no concern and just laughed it off and got ready to continue. Nevertheless, the concert organizers were furious and demanded that everyone turn in their cameras. We can't let the audience leave until the offender has been detained. They shouted into the police line, "We've got a large crowd here, so send everyone you have available so we can get this done." Okay.
Complete.
Yep, I figured that it was just a clown. Yeah, because I don't think he broke open the window. Nope. Okay. Still, we'll wait for more frames to figure that one out. As it looks like that assault. Oh, darn. I guess I don't get why we couldn't send SWAT to that one to assist, but yeah, whatever. Everything's fine. Shift A, Shift B. Let's call quits to that day and on to day 33. All right, fairly by the book video. Not much going on. City Hall is not happy with us. We really got to step up our policing. Alright guys, I want to say as always, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links to all that stuff is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for my next time, but until then, my name's AJ Gels. This is Off That Game channel. I'm out.